let's get started, yogis. So for today, a somewhat more traditional Hatha practice. And we'll start onto our back and then I'll explain some more. So coming to lie down, and you can bring the knees together or the soles of the feet together, and you can even lie flat on the floor if you like. So just find something soothing and somewhat opening as we lie onto our back. So when we're looking at more the foundations of Hatha Yoga, originating years, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, it was really designed for us to be able to sit for long hours and meditate and to really open our bodies. So with that in mind, we do a fair bit of strengthening, a little bit of a slower pace, and a lot of hip and shoulder openings as well, because those are usually the areas which require the most from us when we're sitting on the floor. And that needs the opening and the lengthening. And it still does, right, in this day and age, when we sit down so much throughout our day. We sit to drive, we sit to eat usually, we work a lot sitting down. And the more we sit down, the more we tend to hunch forward and close down through the upper body as well as through the hips. So let yourself be in an open, welcoming way onto your back. And every breath that you take, let it be about space, about softening, and lastly about connecting. More and more these days as well, we breathe into our ribs and into the little rib muscles. See if you can now send the breath all the way into the belly. Let it rise and let it fall. Automatically, that way we are also lengthening the breath. Massaging the abdominal wall, nice little massage for the organs that feel so tight and compressed throughout our seated days. And lastly, a nice little minute of stillness for you to just arrive. Three more big breaths all the way in the belly. You have emptied out that third breath. Begin to bring the knees together and into your chest. Give yourself a nice little hug. Keep everything down to the floor in terms of your back, your head, your shoulders. Just a little swaying or circling here. Massage out the middle back. And if you push it further away, more the sacrum and the lower back. And then setting the soles of the feet back down to the floor. The feet are hip width apart and quite close here into your hips. Now from here on out, interlace those fingers right behind you here. And we'll come up for 3 ab curls. So we come up ribs to hips, up and down, no pulling onto the neck, and really working that strong abdomen, strong core. Again, very helpful for us to sit in better posture for longer. And then we take 3 bridges, but keep your fingers interlaced behind you. Let the elbows fall down to the floor. So lifting and lowering. Just gently awakening and finding some space. Lifting, don't tempt by lifting those elbows and lowering. Last round. Lifting, knees still stay in line with the toes and lowering. And then we'll just take one of each. So we have an ab curl into a bridge pose. Your pace. Ab curl into a bridge. Notice if one side is lifting higher. See if you can move nice and strong. And if you feel that you're losing alignment, just go a little slower. We're opening the front of our hips. We're strengthening the core. We're activating the glutes. Let's just do two more. Last one. And then slowly walk those feet a little bit closer again, because they've probably been sliding away. And then reach the arms all the way up to the ceiling and come up to one more bridge pose. So really lifting as high as you can. Stay flat with your neck down to the floor. Don't let your knees splay out. Squeezing the glutes as well as the thighs. Lift, 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 squeeze the two glutes. And slowly lower down. Then when you're ready, again, give yourself a nice little hug. And then either if you have a bit of a sore back, just roll to one side and come onto hands and knees, your tabletop. And otherwise a little bit more playful, just a rock up and down. And so we come onto hands and knees here. And we are in our tabletop. On the inhale, reach the right hand up. So open through the shoulder as we thread that underneath the left, but do not touch the floor. Bit of strength. Inhale, reach it up. Use those obliques as well to find more space. Exhale, thread, but do not touch. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread. Now you can let the right shoulder and the right side of your head touch down for one breath in. One breath up. Inhale, push into the left hand. Reach the right hand up. And then slowly bring this down to the floor. Good, abdomen are engaged here. Inhale, lift the left hand. Exhale, thread underneath the right armpit, but do not touch the floor. Inhale, reach, open, spiral almost behind you if you can. Exhale, thread underneath. One more round. Inhale. Moving with our breath always. Exhale. And come to rest down. Belly in, shoulder and side of your head down. One more inhale, reach it all the way up, and exhale, come back into your tabletop. Take the knees back a little and then the hips back over the knees here as well. So really keep your hips and your knees stacking. Reach the arms forward for our puppy pose, our Anahatasana. Forehead comes down. Hands are nice and wide. And this can be rather intense so early on into your practice. So take just 3 big breaths here. See if you can sort of lift the lower ribs back upwards, but let your chest melt down with every breath. One more round of breath here. And then we shift that weight all the way forward and bring the hands back a little bit. We're in our modified plank. Inhale here, and slowly through that little chaturanga we come down to the floor. We take the hands nice and wide to the edges of the mat onto the fingertips and take a nice and high cobra. Inhale here. See here if you can roll the shoulders down and back. We stay a little longer here. Think about length through the neck, and if your back is hurting, you have to come lower. So feel this space, feel this length without sharpness, without pain. Arms are engaged, shoulders are down. Inhale. And then exhale, slowly come back down. And slowly pop yourself into your first downward facing dog for today. And let this down dog really be a moment where we find length. Length into the breath again, as well as length into your body. You might walk a little, you might find stillness. 2 more breaths here. Find the shape, find the space. And then yet find the softness. Taking little steps all the way forward to the top of the mat, as long as you can with straight legs. And once you're at the top of the mat, take an inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine, hands to shins, and then exhale to forward fold. Head is heavy. And then curl up to stand slowly and slowly and slowly. Rippling through the spine again, standing nice and tall into our mountain pose. The hands rest right beside our thighs and our hips right here. Good. On the inhale here, we find length into the spine, navel to spine lifted up. And then gently just a side sway, right shoulder down, left shoulder up. I want you to feel the obliques, and if you're not feeling it, you're probably rounding. Slowly inhale, come back through center. And then to the left side, keep the shoulders square like you're in a super tight alleyway. two panes of glass. One more time. Inhale through center. Exhale. Tuck the tailbone slightly and really sink that right hand down as long and as far as you can. Inhale, come up. And exhale to the left side. Taking this a little bit bigger. Inhale, reach the left hand up. And exhale, right hand down, left hand over as we're stretching. Stay here for an extra round of breath. Feel all this length through the left side body, giving you energy for your week ahead. And then inhale, come up through center, change sides, right hand up, left hand down, and reach as you stretch. And again, stay for the extra breath. Shoulders stay square, chin is up, push your hips more to the right side. And then inhale, come all the way up. Arms reach up, inhale, lengthen. Not always done, but today we do a few sun A's, exhale in our Hatha, just because I think it's such a nice way to warm up and wake up. Inhale, take a halfway lift, lengthen. And we slow it down here. We come back into a high plank. And we'll just lower the knees down. And we'll take 3 chaturangas here. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Belly in, exhale, halfway down. Press back, inhale. Exhale, halfway down. No collapsing. Inhale and no rushing. Exhale, come halfway down and hold for 3. Belly in for 2. And lower for 1. Inhale, roll the shoulders down and back. We find that little cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. And again, lightness, lift, length. This time around, step a foot forward and let the other one follow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big arms this time. Rise up to stand nice and tall. Cross the thumbs at the top and then reach over to right side. We're back into half moon. Inhale, reach it up to the left side. 3 different variations today. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, take your forward fold. Forehead to knees. Halfway lift, inhale. Back to your high plank. Feel free to modify, unless you're feeling really strong, go to your high plank. Coming 3 times again, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down, keep chin away from the chest. Inhale, up. Last round. Down, hold, and lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. Roll the shoulders down and back. Exhale, downward facing dog for our very last round. First, 2 breaths here. One more breath. Stepping the other foot forward then. And then the last one to follow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, arms reach up, stand up. Cross the thumbs, left side first, half moon, exhale. Inhale, 12 o'clock. To the right side, exhale. Inhale up and exhale, forward fold. Take a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Stay. Take the feet hip width apart. And then grab the big toes from the inside so the fingertips face towards each other. Peace fingers hook around the inside of the big toes. 3 breaths here. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, feel free to bend those knees, guys. Cool. Head is heavy. Elbows go wide. Knees might still be bent. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pull. Feel the hamstrings, but if you drop your head, even your spine. Lift the shoulders. Last round. Inhale. Exhale, pull. And then slowly we let go. Walk the feet closer together. Big toes come together to touch. Set the fingers beside the toes here and take the inhale, arms come up. So we're sitting into our chair pose here and really want to lengthen the tailbone here and sit the hips down. So more weight into your heels. Breathe as we stay here. We stay here for a full round of breath, and just when you think it's over and done with them, we come a little bit lower and stay there for a full round of breath. Now come to reach the stomach to the thighs, reach forward, stay here, full round of breath. No leaning, no falling, just legs burning. And then inhale, coming all the way up for a little back bend. Either keep the hands up into the air or hands onto the lower back. Hips come forward, heart lifts up, look up, look back. And come all the way back. Arms rest beside you. Breath in, breath out. Chair pose again. Inhale, reach those arms up. Last 3 rounds, just because they were so much fun, we take an inhale here, lengthen the tailbone, belly in, exhale, sit a little lower. Again, 1 level deeper. Inhale, light into those toes, really sit the hips back, squeeze the glutes. Now stomach to thighs, reach those arms as high as you can. Almost a straight line, breath in, breath out. Rise up, stand tall, Samastitihi, hands together from center of chest. Bending through the legs, 1 more time, but it will be different. So we come to sit down. Right ankle on top of the left thigh. Now feel free to just kind of grab the ankle and lift it a little higher because I don't want it leaning onto the left kneecap. And then sit nice and low as you stick your hips out backwards. We find breath here, together with a nice long and open spine. Breathe. See if for the last 3 breaths here, you can push more weight into the left heel. Sink the right knee deeper towards the floor. And then sink a little lower, maybe, into your seat. 1 more breath in. 1 more breath out. From here we take it into our eagle, so you might lift a little. Cross the right thigh over the left thigh fully now. And if you're struggling for balance today, just your toes to the floor. Otherwise you might be able to wrap it behind the ankle. Reach the arms back up like you're in chair pose. Find a still spot to focus on. And then right arm underneath the left arm. We are in full eagle. Lift the elbows. Sit a little lower. From here we'll go and fly. So standing up and unraveling the right leg. Right leg shoots back, body topples forward. Keep your fingers going up, your elbows going forward. Soften through the standing leg. Now lastly, reach the right leg higher. Now step it back slowly. crescent lunge step. Keep the arms still. Inhale here, lift up. Open through the front body. Lift up as far as you can with those elbows, aiming for the ceiling. Chest lifts up. One more big breath in. And then exhale, hands unravel, come down to the floor. High plank, inhale. You might go straight to your downward facing dog, otherwise from your high plank coming forward, lower down. Not too much flow today at all because we're in that hatha practice, inhale. But this can be a nice opportunity to just wash out all the strength you've just poured in. We are back in dog. Little steps or a little hop to the top of the mat. As always, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And the feet come again, hip width apart. This time our gorilla pose. Feel free to come back to your big toe pose, so grabbing those big toes. Otherwise, bend through the knees and slide the hands from the front underneath the feet. Hands heavy. And your knees might be deeply bent, that's okay. Inhale, find a bit of length. Push more weight into the toes like you're massaging the heels of the hands and then pull. Maybe we're just working on straightening the legs. Maybe you're working on pulling the elbows wide. Just 2 more breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull. Lift the shoulders again. Last breath, inhale. Exhale. Bringing those hands down and slowly coming back to our chair pose. So we've done some crazy chairs and I won't make you do that again. Bring the hands together from center of chest. And lift the left foot, left ankle on top of the right thigh. So there we go. Push weight into that right heel. Sit the hips back, keep the spine long, and then find just how low can you go. Find your balance here as well. Bit of stillness, the second round, because you know what you're doing. One more breath. Lift out of it a little. Cross the right thigh over the left thigh. Eagle legs. Arms reach up. Left arm underneath the right arm. Eagle. Lift the elbows, upper body back. Sit a little lower. Unravel and fly. Left leg, send it back. Topple the body forward. Elbows forward, fingers up. Try and square off the hips, belly in. Soft standing leg. Reach that left leg as high as you can. And then step it back. Crescent step with the eagle arms. Inhale takes you up and back. Separate the arms away from your face, almost like it's lifting you. And then lift up and back more. Think elbows up to the ceiling. One more inhale. And exhale, heads come down. High plank, inhale. Lower. Inhale, find a back bend, big or small. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Take one step forward, so kind of halfway in between your hands in the front of the mat. So we're in the middle of the mat, let's say, with your feet behind it. Reach your hands forward as far as they go. And then lift your right leg up. So trying to lift the right leg without opening the hip. Push a little bit back into that left heel. Reach the arms forward. Trying to create a little bit of a L shape. See if you can walk the hands closer, find a little lift with the chest. Hold for 3. Lift the right leg as high as you can. For 2. and 1. Slowly walk those hands further forward. Come back into that like half dog, so it's a small dog. Lift the left hand and grab the outside of your right leg, somewhere between the knee and the ankle, calf preferably. Ground the heels down if you can. Pull yourself through and look underneath your right armpit. 1 more full round of breath in and out. And then slowly taking this all into the other side. So come onto the fingertips. Lift the left leg up. Try and square up through the hips. Lift it up and then sink a little bit more weight back into the right heel. Maybe walk the hands in then a little. Lengthen onto your fingertips. So we're trying to create more of that long spine here rather than a standing splits. 2 more breaths here. Lift that left leg as high as you can. Kind of fight for it. 1 more full round of breath here. And then slowly step it back. We're in that small dog. Right hand lifts, grabs the outside of your left leg between the knee and the ankle. Pull yourself through. 1 more breath. And then slowly walk yourself back. A normal downward facing dog. Sit bones high. Breath in. Breath out. Slowly right leg lift. Inhale. Step it all the way forward in between the hands. And when you're ready, coming up into your high lunge. This shape we find in so many exercises, and it's all about that glute activation here. Breathe. Find a moment to just be. We've done a lot of work. Stay for 1 more breath in. Can you squeeze the glutes, lengthen the spine. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Heel to heel alignment. Energetically, I'd love for you to drag those heels together so these inner thighs will start to wake up, because otherwise it's all thighs. And they always are the first to work. So can you drag those inner thighs together and feel the inner thighs work? From here on out, lift your right heel as high as you can, your front heel. Then reverse your warrior, right hand back and stay. Still try and sit low through the leg. Lift high through the right heel. Stay for 3, 4, 2, and 1. Come all the way up, heel is down, and your feet turn towards the side, so parallel to the left side of your mat. Interlace the fingers behind you, opening through those shoulders again, lengthening through the back of the legs as we forward fold. And again, as much weight into the toes as you can. And if you can, squeeze the hand palms together as well. Really beautiful for your shoulders. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Rise up. Turn to the front of your mat. Step your feet hip width apart. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Keep the feet hip width apart. Grab your left big toes like we did before with our big toe pose. Right hand kind of suctions into the floor with fingertips like we did initially with our cobra, high cobra. And then really lift that left foot off the floor, suck it into the hip socket basically. And slowly see how far you can bring that left leg out to the left side. Try not to fall over to the right side. Hold for 3, strengthen that right glute, open the hips for 2. Lift a little higher maybe for 1. Slowly bring it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Downward facing dog, exhale. For my yogis that love their flow here, take it here. Otherwise you have 4 breaths in stillness here. lastly, if you need a sigh, that can be a nice time to do that now as well. And then we lift the left leg up, inhale. And step it forward, exhale. Come up when you're ready, in breath, crescent lunge. Reach the arms up, lengthen the tailbone, squeeze the glutes. Find a still spot to focus on and breathe. Now relax the shoulders already. Be a little bit more mindful here. We want to lengthen that. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Two more breaths. One. Stay for the in-breath. Open up, warrior two. Take that wide stance, heel to heels alignment. Your front knee over your second, third toe. Opening through those hips, right? Come back to those thoughts, the foundations of Hatha, a hip opening. Try and find space between the two hip bones. Lift the front heel, stay low, reverse. Keep lifting that left heel high. Keep sitting low through the leg. Hold for 3. Hold for 2. And 1. All the way up, feet parallel towards the right side of your mat. Hands to hips this time around, inhale. And then exhale, fold forward. Left hand to the middle of the mat. Right hand reaches up. You can be on the fingertips or onto a flat hand. Try and square off the hips, so try not to kind of sink into that left hip as we rotate and twist. Stay for the breath in. Exhale, right hand down. Reset, hips square. And then left hand up. One more round of breath. Always staying for the inhale. Weight more into the toes. Exhale, bring this down. Hands to the hips. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, feet hip width apart. Top of the mat. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Again, a halfway lift, inhale. Keep the left fingertips onto the floor. Right peace fingers grab around the right big toe. Good, there we go, head is heavy. Suction that right foot off the floor. Think leg into hip socket. And then from there and out to the side. One side will be easier than the other, okay? So just see what you can do. Don't go too fast, too high. Try and push your hips back over that left ankle so don't sway out. Hold for 3, go a little higher maybe. For 2. And 1. Slowly bring this down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back to your plank, lower down. Nice to wash it out. Inhale, because we won't be coming back here, so wash it out, flow it out. Downward facing dog, I think that's the beauty of flow. 1 breath in. 1 breath out. 1 more little sequence to go, right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it forward. Back foot a 45, but not heel to heel, as we come up for warrior 1. So really working that chest forward, arms up. Find your warrior 1 first by really pushing the baby toe edge, the blade of the back foot into the mat. Then inhale, interlace the fingers behind you. Turn towards the left corner of your mat and exhale, let's take humble warrior. You can rest if need to, the right shoulder on the right thigh. You can also fall all the way on the inside and try that for today, because we're in Hatha. After all, we're working strength. Look at your back foot, come a little lower, push your hips back in between the heels. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath here, maybe a little lower, 1 last time. And then the inhale takes you back up, warrior one. And then take your arms wide, like two walls at the sides are coming at you. Push those imaginary walls away. So we're opening through those arms. Stay for a breath. And then push the hands down. Feel that front of the wrist and arm stretch. Trying to even touch the fingers back into the bottom of your arms. It's not gonna happen, right? But we're trying. Maybe there's someone that does it, you never know. Inhale, arms reach up. Circle the arms right at the top. And then exhale, hands come down. Downward facing dog. And again, any flow addicts, you can take it here. Otherwise, it's 4 breath in dog. Downward dog, left leg up, inhale. Step the left foot forward. Back foot 45, but not heel to heel. Rise up when you're ready, warrior one. Good, first things first, find your shape. Relax the shoulders, relax your face, little smile. Interlace the fingers behind you, chest a little bit to the right side, the right corner of your mat only. Don't take the knee with you, keep it over second, third toe, inhale. And exhale, either lean or try and fold. It's so much fun. Just think it, right? And then it is more fun. Look at your back foot. Push those hips back in between the heels. Go as low and as humble as you possibly can for 3 breaths. 2. Last round. And the inhale takes you up. Take the arms wide. Push the imaginary walls away. Push so hard from the heels of the hands that you find the inside of your forearms stretch. 1 breath in. Exhale, hand palms down. Try and touch with your fingers the kind of veins on the wrist side. 1 more breath in and out. Arms reach up, 1 circle, and then hands down, high plank. Inhale, wash this out because we finished it. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, shoulders down and back, and exhale, come to lie back down to your stomach. Take a moment, a big breath maybe. So we've done this bind a few times, so now we take this bind into the back bend. So start to interlace the fingers right behind you. Lift your upper body, your arms, squeeze the feet together, lift the legs. Now lift your hands higher off your bottom and hold for 3. Hold for 2. And 1. Slowly let go. Look to the right side. And rest. 2 breaths. Good. Slowly come back through center. Our bow pose, so bend your knees. You can come back to the previous shape if you simply can't grab your feet here. Very normal, by the way. Yeah, so if you can't grab your feet in, just take the previous back bend. Otherwise, point the toes, squeeze those knees together more, so keep them quite close together rather than let them splay out. 3, 2, 1, there we go. Lift up, kick up. Come to the soft part of the belly, keep kicking up, look forward, maybe slightly up, and then keep kicking for 3. Squeeze those knees together for 2. And 1, don't slingshot out, come out slowly. Look to the left side and rest. 2 breaths. Curl the toes. Place the hands down to the mat. And take the feet to the edges of the mat already. As you slowly press out, back, heels turn in, and you come to sit into a little malasana, yogi squat. Heels in, toes out, push your knees wide. Nice, long, open spine. And again, this can be incredibly challenging for a lot of people, I know. So sit a little higher, pop a block underneath your bottom, and try and breathe. 3 breaths. 2 more breaths. Chest wide open. Long spine. Last breath. And then slowly sit your bottom back and let your legs come forward. Good. Right sole of the foot comes on the inside of your left thigh. Keep your left leg straight forward, right in front of your hip. Inhale, reach the arms up, Janusarasana. Exhale, forward fold. Now you can grab your toes. Yes, you can, because you can bend your knees to grab them if you need to, right? So feel free to do that. Inhale, lengthen here, and then try and have 2 shoulders in one line as we lengthen forward and feel the right side hip open and the left front of your, left back of your leg. 3 breaths. It's nice to close your eyes here. And keep that drishti towards the ankle, towards the big toe on the left side. One more full juicy breath. Inhale to rise up. Right leg straightens forward. Left sole of the foot into the right inner thigh and check that the leg is still straight forward. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Square off the shoulders. The left one will want to lift up. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, again, lengthen forward. Keep looking at that big toe, and then maybe with that longer spine, close the eyes. 3 breaths. Let the left knee kind of fall down. Peel the shoulders back. Think hard forward. One more breath. And then slowly come all the way up. 2 legs forward. Good. You can kind of walk yourself back to move a bit of flesh out of the way. Paschimottanasana. Inhale, arms up. And exhale again. Fold with length forward. Grab the baby toes rather than the big toes for today so we can really peel the outsides of your feet back. And feel free to bend your knees for a longer spine. I get a much longer spine as well that way, so I'm taking that option. 3 breaths, shoulders back, inhale. Exhale, pull and lengthen. 2 more breaths. Slowly come on up. Slowly come to lie down. And again, a little cuddle. Yeah, we've been here once before now, so it's time to cuddle it back out. Let's come back to that bridge pose. It might feel a little bit different this time around. Hopefully it does. Arms rest right beside you and lift up to your best bridge pose. Lift, 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 lift. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, maybe higher now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come down. Knees 10 together, feet widen, or soles of the feet together, knees to widen. Big breath in. Big breath out. 2 options right now, and before you choose, making sure that you don't look at me, so I'll show you first. Your option is to just go into a spine twist, any spine twist, and I'll let you know when to change sides. So any spine twist, really, just anything you'd like to do. Your second option is a shoulder stand, and I'll quickly show it, but the most important thing that when you start doing it, that you look up. Up, 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 up. Never look sideways. Really bad for your neck to go and look sideways whilst we do this, okay? So if you're trying this at home, looking up, what will happen is you lift your legs up, hands to the lower back, and legs fly up into the air. From there on out, walk those elbows closer to each other, and legs lift higher up to the ceiling. When you come out, bend your knees, and ripple the spine down. That's your shoulder stance. Keep looking up. So let's go. We have a minute here, guys. So pick and choose. If you're doing spine twist, I'll let you know when to change sides. You are in shoulder stand, you might be able to come to Halasana, straightening the legs all the way behind you. So keep looking up. I'm not even doing it because I don't want you to look. You kind of know it, or just stay or come out slowly. Otherwise, those legs come straight behind you, big hamstring and back stretch. For my spine twisters, come back through the center and slowly over to the other side. And let the shoulders melt on down. We've created a lot of length into our side body, into our hips, but also that sense of strength. And a fair bit of shoulder opening, so let the shoulders melt into the mat now. Two more breaths wherever you are. Now if you're in that shoulder stand, gently legs up, bend your knees, roll and ripple, articulate the spine as you come down. Spine twist, come back through center. You might take a happy baby if you like. If you've been in shoulder stands, we're going to do fish pose now. You set your hands underneath your bum here with your hand palms touching the floor and the top of your hands touching your sacrum. Legs come straight. And then lift your chest and walk those elbows together. So you're sitting on your hands, your elbows come really close together, shoulder width. Now let your head fall back. And this is your fish pose. If you want more, you lift your legs and you sway your tail like a fish. Take one more full round of breath wherever you are, and you come out the same way. Slowly, slowly, slowly. This is the time, guys, where we find our Savasana. Shoulders down. Arms beside you with those hand palms facing up. Take a bit of space. Widen those legs, widen those feet. Inhale, left. Side out, go. A bit of Hatha Kapalabhati before we rest into our final Savasana. Bring those hands onto your belly. We take Kapalabhati out of the mouth. And the only thing you need to focus on is the exhale. Short, sharp exhales. And you pump the belly in. Let's start with an inhale. then short exhales. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Lick your lips. Maybe it is helpful for you to stay with that mantra. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Absolute stillness. You to keep your eyes closed. If you want to stay longer in Savasana, I welcome you to. Otherwise, knees into your chest and get a little awakening rock and sway. Just like in the beginning, roll to the side if you have back issues. Rock up and bring the soles of the feet together, knees to earth. Inhale, grab your feet. Exhale with gratitude, bow to yourself. Nice little hip opening. Think about the things that you are grateful for. Maybe just simply showing up today in your capable, healthy body. Maybe yoga just all on its own. One more full round of breath here. After that, rise to sit tall, hands to